What's up, guys? Here is another tutorial. This lovely trending gown. I know you will love this gown. Very simple and understanding to do. So just follow me. Please subscribe and like my YouTube channel. Please and please. So let's just get into the tutorial. So this is my first line, just like our basic body measurement. So that is where I'll be starting my line. My first line, I'll measure my shoulder first, then half inches for my sewing allowance, come down by 1 inches. Then from there I measure my chest line. I measure my chest line. If you have been following this channel, you will understand what I'm doing here. So now voila. So from there now I'll measure my neck width and neck depth. That is what I'm doing. So I measure my neck width and my neck depth, then I connect the two together. It's just a straight gown, then a little bit of alteration on the gown. So just watch me. So from there now, so I measure after checking my neck measurement, then I measure my shoulder measurement. I measure it also on my chest line to connect, to give me a straight line. So that is what you see me connecting together. So I marked my shoulder slope with my neck width, so I connected together. So from there, from my chest line, I'll measure my bust measurement. So my bust measurement, as we all know, bust divided by 4, that is the measurement. So before then I go for my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5. We are going to be needing that, so I measure that first. Then from there I go for my shoulder cuff and my armhole cuff. So I divide that my shoulder line into 2, then come in by half inches. So that is what you see me doing. So my bust is 34 divided by 4. So I will measure whatever my answer is. I marked it on my bust line, then I added my 1.5 inches together. So for me to be able to connect that my line with my half inches on my armhole, then connect it back to my shoulder slope. Sorry that the camera was not capturing that side very well. So after doing that, after doing all those things, so all those necessary things like that, I connect my bust to bust together. That's 3.5, that's my nipple to nipple. So from there I come in by half inches and come out by half inches also for my darts. So on my under bust, I come in by half inches, then come out by 0.75, because I want the under bust to be snatched. If you look at the picture very well, the under bust is a little bit snatched. So that is what I did. Half inches, then 0.75 inches. I want it snatched a little bit. So from there I connect my lines together. I'm supposed to use a cuff before, so sorry for that. So that's why I changed it to cuff later, my French cuff later, to connect it together. So now I want to go for the design on the shoulder. So I measured the 3.5 all through to my neck measurement. That's what you see me doing. I measure it all through to my neck measurement. So I've drawn it up for us to be able to see it very well. So that's my 3.5. So from where that my 3.5 stopped, where I stopped, I want to have that circle, that design. That's what you see me do. I use a free hand to draw that design, that circle. Just sketch a very good design. I don't want it to be too low. I don't want it to come to my bust. If you check the picture, you see that the circle is coming to the bust of that person. But me, I don't want that. I want a little bit opening. So that is what you see me doing earlier. So from there, I start measuring my waist, the remaining measurements. So I'll measure my waist measurements on that my waistline. So I'm trying to measure the length of my fabric. So that 3.5 inches, I'll measure it all through to my length, because we are having a cut all through. So that's what you see me doing. I'm trying to measure the 3.5 all through to my neck, to my length, to the length of my fabric. That's what you see me doing. Sorry, the camera was not capturing the length of the fabric very, very well, but that is what I'm actually doing. I'm trying to measure the 3.5 all through, then 1.5 0.5 in, 0.75 out. That is what I'm doing. 1.5 in, 0.75 out. So whenever I'm measuring the normal measurement, so I'll remove that 0. I will add it back to my normal measurement. So I'm connecting the lines together from my new length, that is my length, the length of the fabric, to my waistline. That is what you see me doing. Please guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be so glad for that. Please and please and please. Thank you. So now I'm trying to measure my waist measurement. So my waist divided by 4, I'll mark it, my 1.5 inches. Then I'll return my darts. The darts I took, I return it back. I'm not saying that I'll cut it out, then I'll return it back to avoid shortage of fabric. So I returned it back. So from my waist to my hip is 9 inches. That is what you see me marked just now. So from that line, I'll measure my hip measurement. So that will be my hip line. So my hip divided by 4, don't forget 1.5 inches from, the 0.5 and 0.75 for the that I took, then 1.5 inches for my allowance. So that is what you see me doing. I measure the same thing on my length also. So my length, the same measurement I took from my hip measurement, that's what I will take from my length. But if you want a pencil effect, just measure your hip measurement minus 6, then divide it by 4. For example, my hip measurement here is 4. My round, is 40 inches. So 40 inches minus 6 inches will give us 34. So I'll now measure 34 divided by 4. Whatever my measurement is, I'll put it there to give me that pencil effect. So that is what we drew all through. This is the marking of the fabric. So now I'm going to cut it out. Don't forget, there is a joining at the middle, at the waistline of the fabric, but only the center front. The center front did not have a joining, so we are not cutting through the center front. We are only cut. So you can see what I am cutting. Just watch what I'm cutting. You get what I'm trying to say. That's the center front there. So when I get to the neck part, I cut it. I'm so sorry. That's my round pencil. my round design. That's where it is. That's what I'm cutting. You see it when I finish cutting it. That's my center front there. I cut out my center front. It will be on fold. So I'm trying to cut out my darts. I'm cutting out my darts all through. Don't forget, aside from the center front, there is no cutting on the waist. The center front is not joined on the waist. It's only the 2 side fronts that is cut into 2. So look at what I'm doing. So look at it. That's the waist. So I will not cut the waist. I will cut it. There's a cutting. There's a joining at the waist. So that is what I'm trying to do. So just watch what I'm trying to do. I'm cutting out my fabric, my pattern paper. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. So that's the neck part. Yes, you see what I'm trying to say, to tell you now. So I'm trying to measure the measurement for the opening that I took. So that's the neck part, the circle where we just, for the design that I told us. So this waist, I'm going to cut it all through because the 2 center side fronts there's a joining at the 2 side fronts. Aside from the center front, there's no joining on the center front. So now the back, I just cut normal the same measurement I took from for my front, that's what I will took for my back also. There is nothing so special about the back. The way we used to cut our back, use the front to cut your back. That is what I did on this back. So that's my shoulder slope. So I'm trying to connect the neck. Now the width of the neck is not the same thing as the front. So I only took 2 inches for the width of the neck. I mean for the length rather. I'm so sorry. For the length. So I only took 2 inches for the length. Then the width is the same thing with the front. So I measured the same thing. So as you can see, it's the same thing measurement for the back. So now for the zip bulge. So on my waist, what I will do now, on my waistline, I've measured my zip allowance for 1 inch. So that's the allowance you are seeing. So on my waistline, I come in by 1/2 inches. Look at it. So from that 1/2 inches, I connect it back to my neckline up, then connect it back again to my length. That is what I did to avoid the zipper bulge. So don't forget, there will be a cutting on the waistline too for the back. That is what you see me doing. I cut out the waistline on the back also. So look at the zipper bulge. So through doing that, I've eliminated the zipper bulge. That's what I just take the 1/2 inches, just mark your waist inches, your waistline, take 1/2 inches inside, then join it back to your neckline, then join it back to your to the length of your fabric, then cut it out. So by doing that, you've eliminated the zipper bulge. So now I'm trying to cut it out. So here is my cutting. I've cut everything on my fabric. So look at it. So that's the center front. That's the center front. I cut it on fold. So look at it. I cut it on fold. There is no half cut on the center front. So look at it. I'm trying to show us very well. So I'm trying to get the underbust for me to be able to connect the two together very well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm removing my pattern paper for us to see what I'm going to do. So now the first thing I'm going to do, I will join the two side fronts. I will join it with this center front, the full center front. So but before doing that, that neckline that we said that was the design, I'm going to first and foremost go for that neckline, that circle. I'm going to go and tape it, put piping. I'm going to go and pipe it all through down. So I'm using bias to tape it all through down. I'll go and do it and come and show it. So after doing that, I'll connect it. I'll join it like so, the way you see me placing them on the fabric. So here I am. Look at it very well. I'm still trying to show us very well what I'm trying to do. So after doing that, after doing look at my hand, I'm going to go and pipe it together. Use my bias, pipe everything together. Then after that, don't make a mistake. Don't do a mistake. That's why I'm trying to place it very well for. So look at it now. I've piped everything together. I use bias tape to pipe the two cotton together. Then after that, I use the back I use my back my back fabric also. Place it on the fabric. then sew it all through. I join the back pattern and the front pattern together. Don't forget, I've not joined my center front together. So after doing that, I'm going to place it also, my back pattern and my two side fronts. I'm going to sew it all through together. That's what you see me doing. Then that's my down part, the down part of my skirt. Then I've cut the circle also. I've cut it all through camera. Then I've cut the sleeve also. Check our previous video. You will see how to cut a very nice sleeve. So now look at it. I'm supposed to have joined my sleeve before joining it together at the side. I love joining the sleeve and the side together, but I'll still do this. That's what I want to do on the other side now. I put the sleeve on the shoulder, the center of the shoulder, then I sew it together all through. I'll do it to the other side too. That's what you see me doing here. So that's the sleeve. I'm going to go and join the sleeve to the, don't forget, I've joined the back and the front together. After that, then I join the sleeve also together. So here it is. I've joined the sleeve together. Look at it very well. I've joined this. Don't forget, I've not joined the center front and the two side front together. I've not. I only joined the back and the two side fronts together. Then I join my darts also on everything, both the down part and the upper part. So look at it now, what I'm going to do. So after doing those necessary things, I'm going to go ahead and join the down parts. So if I want to join the down parts, I'll first of all join the side back, the two side back, each of the side two side back. I will join it to the side, to the front side. Don't forget the two side back. I will join it to the front side. So this is my flare. Then I've added my stay to the flare. Then if you want to cut your flare, you are not cutting a full flare. Don't forget the flare did not extend to the center front. The flare starts from the side, from the two sides, all through to the back. So look at it. This is what I said we are going to join together. I've joined it together. So that's the two sides. I've joined it together, the back parts, the two side back, and the remaining part of the side front. So look at it. That's the front there. That's the front there. That's the front on it, then the back under. So that's how it's going to be. I'll place this. So before I place my center front to join it, so I'm going to put sew my flare all through round the two side back. Look at it. Then I'll join the two together to avoid this to avoid mistakes. This my flare, I'll cut it into two. We are having two parts now to sew our flare to, and there will be a zip at the middle. Do you understand? So now my flare, now I'll cut it into two equal parts. That's what I did there. I've cut the flare into two. So look at it now. So I'm going to place it on the down parts, on the skirts. Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to cut it into two. Look at it, because I've sewed the flare already. So now I remember that there will be a zip at the middle. I don't think you are getting what I'm trying to say. So I cut the flare into two. So there will be a break at the middle or at the back. So that's what I did. So each one of them, I'll now place it on my down part and go and sew it. Don't forget the side back and the remaining part of the side front. That's what I joined together. Then I'll add my flare on it. This is what I'm trying to say. So I've joined it together. Then I'll place my center front also. Then this is where I will now start sewing my center front. Don't forget, I've not joined my center front, the two side front with my center front. I've not. I only joined the shoulder. That's what we did first. I only joined the shoulder the way we used to sew our fabric. The first thing, we joined the two shoulder together. That's what I did. Then I added the sleeve. So that's what I did. Then now I'm going to join the center front, the center front with the two side front together. Look at it. Look at the way I place it now. So I'm going to join it also. Don't forget, when you are cutting your fabric, for the joining, I added half inches for the joining, aside from my 1.5 inches for my measurements. But if you are doing a ready to wear, your sewing allowance, it should not be more than 1 inches. Do you understand? So now I'll join the two sides together. That's what you see me doing. So that's my opening there. My opening did not extend to my bust. I don't want it to extend to my bust. So from that opening, that wide opening where it stopped, that's where I will start sewing. That's where I will start joining to my center front. I'm trying to place everything together for us very well, for us to be able to get what I'm saying. So I'll go and sew it. So now, voila, this is what we came out with. So look at it. I've joined it together. Everything joined together. The center front, I've joined it together with the side front. I've joined it together. If you look at it, there's no cutting at the middle of the center front. So that is just it. So now the neck part, I'll go and pipe it. I'll go and put a bias on it. I put a bias anyway. But yes, I put a bias. But in a professional way, you don't put a bias. So just find the same fabric with it, use it to tape it all through. Then I'll go and put my zip. So this is the outcome of the gown after putting the zip. I've not put the zip here. So I just use my hand to mark the zip allowance. So thank you guys. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye.